Hey friendo, Steve here. Welcome back to the channel. It's time to talk about the Royal Rumble. Why? Because it's coming up this weekend. I thought in this video we'd take a look at names that are not Cody Rhodes, or The Rock for that matter, that could in fact win the Royal Rumble. And there's a lot of interesting things sort of happening in WWE right now as it pertains to Roman Reigns and his titles and the Royal Rumble. So I think it's entirely possible for a different person that isn't named Cody Rhodes to totally win the Royal Rumble. I did a video similar to this talking about the Women's Royal Rumble. That's available right now as well. You can check out this right here if you're more interested in the Women's Rumble than you are the Men's Rumble. Moving on, let's talk about the Men's Rumble. Right now, Dave Meltzer is reporting that The Rock may not be going to WrestleMania to face Roman Reigns. Why? Because apparently he feels like he hasn't had time to get into shape, even though he has been teasing this match for a very long time. So let's say The Rock is not at WrestleMania. And in fact, according to the betting odds, The Rock right now is locked out of the whole betting situation, which leaves the field kind of wide open. Well, what about Cody Rhodes? Isn't he like their backup plan? Maybe, but there's some intrigue here because just about a month ago, there was a rumor that Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, or Cody Rhodes, or some combination of those three guys, are going to be fighting for specifically the WWE title at WrestleMania, which would leave Roman Reigns to be defending his Universal Championship at WrestleMania. So at that point, if you take two people fighting for the WWE title and one person challenging Roman Reigns for his Universal Championship at WrestleMania, there are three challengers yet to be determined for those two titles between now and WrestleMania, one of which will be determined by the Royal Rumble. But one of those people would either be fighting Roman Reigns or be challenging for the WWE Championship. The main point is the person winning the Rumble isn't necessarily the person who's going to be fighting Roman Reigns for all the gold at WrestleMania. It's my belief they're probably going to split those titles before WrestleMania, maybe even as soon as the Royal Rumble. I don't know. That's just my gut feeling, which leaves the field wide open. Let's dive into some of these names then. First up, Austin Theory. He's sort of my dark horse candidate. I don't really think he's going to win the Rumble. I think that he's possible to win the Rumble. And here's why. Vince McMahon is in charge. Let's face it, with one text to Triple H, he could say, "God damn it, I want Austin Theory to win the Rumble." I think that's a possibility. I don't think it's going to happen, but I think it's a possibility. The main reason I don't think it's going to happen is because you want whoever was going to win the Royal Rumble to be like a big deal and the crowd to react in a big way. And unfortunately, Austin Theory still does not get much reaction from the crowd. They haven't really done a great job building Austin Theory up from when Vince left into being anything more different than he was when Vince was still around. He's just sort of angrier guy now who doesn't want to be called a kid. And yeah, he's the United States champion. However, I feel like that may change between now and WrestleMania. Bobby Lashley is going to be fighting him tonight at Raw 30. And I get the feeling that Bobby Lashley is going to be winning that United States Championship because he's going to be reforming the Hurt Business, and they're going to need some sort of champion fronting the Hurt Business. Let's move on to the next name, Kevin Owens. I think Kevin Owens is actually a pretty good pick to win the Royal Rumble. Here's why. At the Royal Rumble, he's going to face Roman Reigns for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship, right? We all know what's going to happen. He's going to get screwed out of that championship because of the bloodline. What's to stop him from then entering himself into the Rumble afterwards by taking some bad guy out, winning the whole thing, going on to WrestleMania where Sami Zayn will choose family over the bloodline because he's probably going to get jumped out of the bloodline. I don't know. Sami Zayn helps Kevin Owens win the WWE Universal Championship. I think that story has a lot of history going for it that could potentially lead to that moment. I don't think it's going to be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn beating the Usos for their tag titles because they've split those titles, and them winning just like the SmackDown tag titles is kind of underwhelming. I think Kevin Owens is going to be the guy to beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and he might get there because of the Royal Rumble. I think that's a possibility. That's why I think Kevin Owens has a shot. Let's move on. Seth Rollins is another name that I think could totally win the Royal Rumble. Again, that rumor that is going to be some combination of Seth, Drew, and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship. I think Seth Rollins is like the most popular person in WWE right now. Ironically, that might be challenged when Cody Rhodes returns. I don't know if you want to have those guys face each other, but there's a lot of history there. And then you have an electric situation where you've got the two most popular guys in the company fighting each other for the WWE Championship that might be too good of an opportunity to pass up on Triple H's part. And then Cody Rhodes wins that big matchup at WrestleMania, and he gets to pay homage to his father. Seth Rollins is still going to be one of the most popular guys in the WWE, but I don't think anybody would complain if Seth Rollins won the Royal Rumble because he is so popular. You would need some sort of way to get Cody Rhodes out of the Rumble satisfactorily to the fans' eyes, like a little bit earlier, like around, I don't know, the 20 spot or something like that. You can get heat on somebody for eliminating Cody Rhodes, perhaps. I don't know. But if Seth Rollins wins and Cody Rhodes says, hey, I want a shot at the WWE Championship at WrestleMania, then you have your two challengers right there. I don't think anybody argues with that. I think that's a big, big match. I think it'd be a stellar match. A lot of history there. Cody Rhodes would get that win, and then he'd be like 4-0 over Seth Rollins, which wouldn't make any sense. But I think it's a distinct possibility that Seth Rollins could win the Royal Rumble. Could be him, could be Cody Rhodes, could be either one. Anyways, there's one more name on this list, and that name is, of course, Sami Zayn. It's entirely possible that if you want the biggest possible pop from the crowd, then Sami winning the Rumble and going on to WrestleMania against Roman Reigns is the thing. I think that is a distinct possibility. I don't know that they would do that because I don't personally feel that Sami's story has to be he beats Roman Reigns. I think a more powerful story is he helps Kevin Owens beat Roman Reigns because Kevin Owens has been screwed so many times by the bloodline. Sami sort of giving himself up to do that for Kevin Owens is a more powerful story, in my opinion. But I'll be honest with you, if you want the biggest possible pop, if you want the crowd to go absolutely crazy, Sami Zayn wins that Rumble. That's kind of not even debatable, to be honest with you. I think at this point, Sami Zayn winning in the Rumble is a distinct possibility. And if they want to pop that crowd, that's what you do. And then he goes on to WrestleMania, or maybe he goes on to WrestleMania, but he gives up his spot for Kevin Owens. Maybe that's the ultimate sacrifice. He still wins the Rumble, but he gives up his spot. I don't know how they would really justify that to the fans, because why would anybody give up their spot? But if the whole idea is, hey, you need to make some sacrifices because you have done Kevin Owens wrong so many times, and you guys are bonded by all that stuff. Maybe he does, and maybe people accept that. It'd have to take a feat of writing to get that done, but I think it's a possibility. I think it's very possible that Sami Zayn wins that Royal Rumble because they might want, Triple H might want that huge, huge pop. But then again, I don't know if anybody complained if Kevin Owens won or Seth Rollins won. Surely Cody Rhodes could totally still win the Royal Rumble. I think that's a possibility. That's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and the little notify bell next to it. Let me know who you think could win the Royal Rumble that's not named Cody Rhodes. Lay out a different story for somebody else. Could it be Rey Mysterio, John Cena, Karrion Kross, Madcap Moss? What rhymes with Moss? Nothing? We'll see you at this video.